Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
This is the next search on February 28, 2020, 7:44 p.m. How, period, does the FBI find people, and people misspelled P-E-O-O-P-L-E?
I object.
Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I'm the Recovery Addict. It's good to have you here, but man, news has taken a sad turn today in many ways. As you guys see in chat, you're discussing them already. We have tragically ended the shooting at a school in Wisconsin. I'm hearing between 5 and 12 students. The shooter was a student who's passed away as well. We've got some sad news in the legal world with the passing of legal vices. Wow. It turned into a heavy day really quickly. And I don't know who won the internet. I cannot remember. I forgot to pin it. I'm sorry. So if you won the internet, just own up to it right now. Sorry, the music's so loud. I forgot to turn it down. I normally turn it down, Laurie. Yes, I heard that Legal Vices passed away. Heard that. I saw a stream from Kurt just a few minutes ago, announcing that, as well as Bruce Rivers' son. I'm not familiar with Bruce Rivers myself. And then we've got the school shooting that right as we wrapped up, that news was breaking out of Wisconsin, and it is still breaking right now. So it's turned into a bad day. Virginia Little, did you win the internet? Oh wait, let's see. Sandra, thank you for the kind words. I really loved doing that podcast with Peter. That was really fun. What's that? Chat's not on screen. It's not. I put it on screen now. Okay. I'm getting the information from Kurt on civil law, who knew Jeff personally. There's additional stuff out on Twitter as well. Let's see. Francis, you won the internet? I'm going to go with that. Francis. Congratulations. The internet's all yours. We're sentencing you to internet ownership. This is also going on your permanent record. Congratulations. Yeah, Danny, several others announced it on Twitter. Megan Fox also. They worked together a lot. So I think Megan Fox probably is the one that announced it first. She was probably the closest to him on a daily basis. Yeah, it's always sad to lose somebody. There's really never a good time for that, right? It's never a good time, but it's a sad day today. So, yes, thoughts and prayers, please. If you're able to do that for the family members, the friends, those that are left behind, and mourning. So, kind words. Here's what I'd say: kind words on the internet would be appropriate today. Let's be kind to people. All right. Oh my goodness, just Teresa. Yeah, his obviously Legal Vice's channel doesn't have anything on it indicating what's happened yet. He was just on a couple days ago. It was that quick. I believe it was a heart issue that was the reason. But Sad times. All right. That said, I did not see the verdict come back from Judge Boyd. She went and she took a break. So we might have to go check out Judge Fleischer in the meantime while we're. Oh, no, she's back. Is she back now? She is back now. Hang on.
She has some POMs from 97 and credit card abuse. I would like to put that on the record.
Oh, sure. Hang on. Let's back up. Is that?
Does she have a criminal history?
This is the lawyer. This is the right lawyer.
97 and credit
She like literally jumped on right now.
Oh, sure. You studied the case.
Yeah.
Is this the right one or? Nope, this is the old one. It's the old one. That's the beginning of the day. It said live on my computer, but it hadn't updated. Let's see. Yeah, she's not with us live. She's at lunch. So let's see. We've got Judge Fleischer, I think, is on. We might jump in there just for a minute. We watch him dispense justice in a different part of Texas. Judge Fleischer. Finding Justice with Judge Fleischer. He just ended his stream, so we're going to go back and watch a little bit from what happened this morning with him. Ooh, baby blue with a matching bow tie today. Looking good, Judge. I just want to be here for when he says, "Let's roll, nerds." We're still on verdict watch with Judge Boyd in the BB gun, the Christmas Story trial. Ayden, thank you. Appreciate the sentiment here. Obviously up in your neck of the woods there, or closer to it. Culperistic. Okay. I swear he buys his suits from the estate sale of tobacco barons. That is great. That is funny. He does have an eclectic collection, if that works. He always looks like he's going to the prom. And he's looking to make a splash. Hey, wait for it. Let's roll, nerds. You guys ready?
Okay.
I've got Mrs. R.A. Hanging out here in the studio. And she was watching YouTube while we were waiting. Any guesses what her favorite channel is? If you get it right, she's going to do a shout out to you on her next live on her channel, which she never does. Judge Fleischer starts his live stream once he gets everything set up with Let's Roll, Nerds. Thank you. I have to thank Peter for this. I think we've got a lot of people from Lawyer coming over to the channel just to drop in and support Peter's podcast and say hi. So thank you very much.
One form, right?
Yes.
He needs merch. Here comes. I think we're getting closer. Look at that watch as well. He's got the whole style. Orange band, baby blue shirt. Thank you. We'll do one celebratory party. There we go. We did not get Panda Express for lunch. I can tell you what I had for lunch, but it will probably it's probably not very yummy. You know, when you have like a 7-course meal and like they bring in one thing after another, that was my lunch. Only it was a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I made a hamburger with a leftover hamburger patty that I took out of the fridge and re-microwaved. But we didn't have hamburger buns.
You ready, nerds? Let's roll.
We got a "You ready, nerds? Let's roll" today. A little variation. So I had a little hamburger, but that did not get the spot. So then I also had a little bit of my favorite flavor of yogurt, which is vanilla. And then my son had made some macaroni and cheese, and I had a few bites of that.
You were Joseph Clark. Clark, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Alex.
Right. Officer was working an extra job at a bar in Harris County, Texas. The defendant was asked to leave by bar employees because he got into an altercation with another individual. The defendant returned several times despite being told to leave by the officer. The officer then attempted to escort the defendant away from the parking lot, but the defendant continued to walk towards the entrance of the bar. During the escort, the defendant continuously pulled his arms away from the officer, and the officer then attempted to detain the defendant, who again pulled his arms away and locked his legs to prevent him from being moved.
All right, Mr. Clark, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Please do not go back to this location. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir?
25 years old.
What do you do for a living?
Blue collar work. I'm in the oil field.
Okay, how much money do you make a month?
Depends if I work overtime, what I do on the side. Depends.
You didn't
Probably
know.
I'd say like $5,000 a month.
Okay, we're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer.
I have a lawyer. I actually hired.
I don't want to get into anything.
Yes,
Have you already hired a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
Slider and Sharma.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do this. Let me just have you take a seat while we wait for them to come back. I'm going to create bond conditions that you're not to go back to this location.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. Don't get in any more trouble. Don't pick up a new case. Otherwise, I'm going to revoke your bond. I know you want to say something. Don't.
Yes, sir.
Don't.
I mean,
don't.
Just a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they can use it against you. Just wait for your lawyer to get here. Ask them the question, and then they can get back to me.
Can I say one more thing?
Don't. Just don't. I know you're itching. Don't. I'm trying to protect you.
No, this is nothing.
Don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just wait for your lawyer. I promise you. Don't be here short.
Yes, sir.
I'll have you sign a wreath with Victoria. We'll have you just take a seat in the back while we wait
Can
for
I
Mr.
just-
Slider.
Can I just tank my case really quickly, Judge? No.
Dallas line.
Mystery. That's awesome.
Good morning, Mr. Dellisline.
Morning, sir.
Do you have a lawyer today?
Is that the
I
Simpsons?
got a court appointed one.
What is that on his shirt? It looks like Maggie.
Take a seat for me in the jury box. We'll appoint your lawyer today. You're not allowed to leave.
Tell.
You appoint him a lawyer, please.
Not the Simpsons. Rick and Morty. Okay. So the opposite of the Simpsons. Got it.
Page 22, Robinson, come on up.
You are Lester Robinson. Mr. Robinson, you're charged of tampering with the government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Is he wearing
Okay.
body armor?
One moment, Judge. I apologize. It's loading right now.
Prosecutor's having computer issues.
Okay.
Sorry, Judge. Internet's a little slow this morning.
Good morning, Morgan.
If your caseload's a little light, you hang out down by the office, by the court, and you just get appointed cases.
Ready, Judge.
Okay.
On December 9th, 2024, a traffic stop was initiated for a defective left headlamp at Will Clayton Parkway in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer ran the temporary license plate, which came back to a different motor vehicle. The defendant stated he put the license plate on the vehicle and was fully aware that the temporary tag belonged to a different vehicle.
Yeah, now you're trying to get.
Robinson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Sure.
Can you run his license, please? Okay, you're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, and I'm making that a condition of your bond. Do not drive unless you have both. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, I'm going to revoke your bond. You will go to jail. No more PR bonds, sir.
Eligible, Your Honor.
All right. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, we'll just get you out of here. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Chuck has not gotten stuck yet. Nope. He has not come unglued at anybody.
Next, Judge, is page 28. Thomas, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can
charged with evading the
you have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one.
Doesn't that mean you're bad at it?
Yes, Judge. On December 2nd, 2024, officers were conducting a routine patrol in a marked vehicle and wearing marked uniforms. The officer ran a license plate through MDT and received a stolen vehicle hit. The officer drove behind the stolen vehicle, which eventually parked, and the officer initiated a felony traffic stop. The defendant then exited the motor vehicle by opening the front passenger door. The officer gave verbal commands, and the defendant evaded by running from the scene approximately 0.3 miles until he was detained.
Yeah, he's bad at it.
Any co-defendants?
There is a co-defendant, Your Honor, and he's currently charged with UUMB in felony court.
All right, Mr. Thomas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do not hang around with the co-defendant. Do you understand? I'm making that a condition of your bond. How old are you, sir?
17.
What do you do for a living?
I'm currently unemployed. I'm going to high school.
Good. I'm making that a condition of your bond. I'm also ordering you not to use any drugs.
High school is a
You
condition of
understand?
his bond.
I'm sending you for a test now. You must go test and then come back, and then we're going to talk about the results. And I'm happy to appoint you a lawyer today. No more drugs. Do you understand me? Okay, just take a seat for me. We'll send you, and then we'll have you come right back, sir.
I already have a lawyer.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll also wait for your lawyer as well. Okay, please.
Judge, other than drug testing, what were the conditions?
Let's wait until he comes back. Okay,
Yes, Judge, I have the generic form that says it.
just for now, just no alcohol, no drugs, no
High school
hanging out with
attendance.
the co-defendant. Don't break any laws. No driving without a valid Texas driver license, and stay in school.
Stay in school. It's a bond
That's it for
condition.
now, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, 17 evading arrest. Do better. Do better. It's been a quiet day, a quiet start for him. Sometimes it starts with fireworks, but Libby, I want to test my theories on the drones.
Yeah, Coach Judge.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm here on Israel Moreno Vasquez.
Okay.
It's a DWI judge. I did apply for the application for PTI and the
Big he passed.
packet. It came back from Mr. Beadle that he needed a restitution. At the time, the DA's office had not been able to contact the complaining witness.
Did you say last name is Moreno?
Moreno
With a B, like boy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see it. Or Alex, where you at?
They finally contacted the complaining witness, and he gave $250 restitution. Judge, I would like to be able to pay that and submit that to Mr. Beadle, and I think he'll approve the PTI.
The restitution?
$250, Judge.
How long you want?
2 weeks, Judge.
Has your client done a TRAS yet?
No, sir. That's gonna ask. Can I go ahead and get a TRAS?
Is she here now?
Yes, sir. He's here.
I'm sorry, is he here?
Yes, sir.
Good today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll send it today, and then we'll send you off like 3 weeks for you guys to pay the restitution and then all the other jazz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I just about kicked the internet plug again. I'm going to move that on the new desk. It's not going to be where my feet go. Debbie, congrats on the hitting 3,000K or 3,000 watch hours. 3,000K would be even better. Yeah, it was unexpected, Libby. I took my boots off, but I still have my socks on. Speaking of which, I need to order a pad for my feet to stand on. Mrs. Ari just said, okay, that's like blanket permission. Yeah. You say business expense, I say family credit card. Same difference. Just kidding. For those of you that have standing desks, are there any, highly recommended mats to stand on? Calamity, welcome. A big thanks to Peter. Loved being on his podcast. Welcome, welcome. It's good folks here. Welcome anytime.
Council for reset.
Legal vices passed from a heart issue suddenly and unexpectedly over the weekend. Ivan, I'm a softie. I'm a softie.
Thomas.
That's it, Ivan. I don't need a pad. Never mind, Mrs. Ari. I'll just wear my steel-toed boots. Call it good. Danny was live Friday night. I think I caught her last.
Thank you. And then I'll just forward that. Okay, thank you. Somebody get a reset.
Right.
Noisy courtroom here.
Hey, ready?
Just really quickly. I have Mr. Deontay Green on docket today, Judge. And
Are you,
I'm signing on to it.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Just sub
Got
out, Mr.
it.
Dick.
Okay, sure, of course.
Work out a deal.
You got it. Whatever you need.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Thanks. Good to see you, Mr. Mayor.
You too.
Yeah, it's a surprise to pretty much everybody. I don't think I can order a mat that's called Gorilla Grip after the last Rust or the Rust case. We'll need a different brand. Libby, you've got to start before you're ready. That's the whole trick.
Yeah, this is kind of scary.
I actually do have steel-toed boots. I also have a nice pair of Keen hiking boots, which I love. But my steel-toed boots are slip-ons. They're like house slippers with steel toes. We've got a fair amount of sad news today, with both the news out of Wisconsin with the school shooting that we're still getting breaking news on, legal vices as well. We need to counter for how many Amazon purchases Ari makes a week while live streaming. Normally I don't make a lot, but I've made 2 in the last 7 days. 3, but one I can't tell because one's a gift. Don't peek, Mrs. R.A. Don't look at Amazon. I bought a desk, a standing desk, which I've been looking for since before Black Friday. And I bought a Festivus candle that smells like grievances and disappointment, apparently. Both business expenses. What about a balance board instead of a mat? Any thoughts on that? I'd basically be surfing all the way through the show. Do I have workers' comp? No. Get a walking pad. I'm not ready to drop the cash on a stand-up desk treadmill. I couldn't get memberships, so I have to stand now. I have to start over. Maybe the only way. Okay, let me cut away from Judge Fleischer since he's leaving anyway. The only way a stand-up desk would work for me was if it was tied to a generator and all my equipment was only powered off that generator. Like the treadmill. The only way I would actually use it, I think, would be if my live stream would die if I stopped walking. That would be it. I owed some people an apology. A couple of you came in and said, "Hey, so just popped in from Lawyer You Know. Can you explain your channel name?" And I forgot to do that. I do apologize. Yes. What kind of 401k does Top Mark Media offer? The potential to one day have 401k viewers. That's it. So my channel, I started it. Let's see. I actually created the channel, I think in 2016. And I called it Recovery Addict. At the time, I thought that my hobby of metal detecting was the most fascinating hobby in the world, and that everybody worldwide, all of YouTube basically, was just waiting for me to make videos, live streams, going out metal detecting. We call it swinging and beeping, where you just wave your metal detector around over the dirt and then dig up, whatever trash it happens to find. I thought everyone would want to watch that. And so I started making videos metal detecting and learned a couple things. First, I'm very bad at editing videos. Yes, I do have the skill, but I hate to edit videos. And so it just doesn't happen. And second of all, when I do edit videos, nobody wants to watch them. So I sort of stopped anything on my channel for a while. But I called it Recovery Addict because I was addicted to recovering artifacts from the ground. And I thought that was a little fun play on words. And I also do have a personal history addiction with computer gaming. So I do have some understanding of addiction on that front as well. So on this channel, we do celebrate people who are on the path to sobriety, whatever their addiction is. And you'll hear people and often see people in chat who are sharing a new milestone or, sometimes just asking for a little bit of encouragement on a hard day as they're on their own path to sobriety. So that's where the Recovery Addict name comes in. I do realize that every time you search for it on YouTube, you first get a notification that there's hope, there's help, we're here for you. That's not my intent, but the name sort of stuck. so here it is. Amazon has long gel mats for kitchens. They're great. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please join.
The headphones are broken. Oh, good job. Thanks. It helps. Thank you. I was just going to say, shoot. I forgot what I was going to say. Something
addiction?
about, addiction. Sorry, guys. It's a secret from all of us. I can't remember.
Mackenzie says, dang, I asked for a metal detector for Christmas for my husband. Hey, I was talking to Sarah, my friend over at the Farm Hardware to Homestead channel, the YouTube channel. And I was down at the hardware store talking to her, and she says, hey, the trees by my house just got cut down. They just ripped up all the stumps. And it just rained, so it's perfect time you should come by and metal detect. They're going to be selling that off and building homes over it. The sad thing is it's on a road that's named for the arrowheads that are found in the area. The road was had to do with arrowheads. And they're going to rename the road to some, I don't know, it's going to be like Vista View or something lame. Sorry if you live on Vista View anything, but
it's lame.
Like, you need to come metal detect because that area right there, that's where the Civil War hospital was.
Which actually made me hesitate. I was like, wait, what are we going to find there?
Buttons. General service buttons, rank buttons, all sorts of buttons are what you find at a Civil War hospital. And bullets, unfortunately. So I need to go metal detecting sometime before they build these houses, now they've torn all the trees out, and maybe get some arrowheads at the same time. If it's legal. If it's not legal, I won't get any arrowheads. You know how that goes. So
yes, we do.
All the arrowheads I find before 1954 or whatever the year was.
When the law changed. Good job, Scott.
Is that great? Now anyway. So we might do some metal detecting. Do we want to watch what I sent you earlier in mod chat? The whole hearing lasts 1 hour, 14 minutes. Is that a DUI? I wasn't going to watch the DUI one this morning. It was a parole hearing, I think, right? Hold tight. Are you shaking my desk or is that me?
It's me.
Okay.
I have restless legs.
I have what is it? 4.5 on the Richter scale over here is what I'm
Sorry.
the whole microphone's going whoa, 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 whoa. All right, here we go. I didn't have to say anything. It was right there. You knew what I wanted. Okay.
Welcome back, Thomas. You've
Yes,
probably
Thomas.
been back a long time.
Good to have you here. Excited for a podcast on Thursday if you're rested up from your jet lag. What, Houston's the same time zone as you, right? I don't think there was any jet lag.
I'm so bugged. I'm trying to remember what it was you said. Something about addiction that.
Computer gaming?
I had a thought.
Addiction? Metal detecting? Honestly,
I don't know.
the burner phone works great for metal detecting device as well. And that's why I was talking about Sarah as well, because she just got her kid a metal. If he's watching, don't listen. She just got her kid a metal detector for Christmas.
Really?
So might have to do a little crash course training for him. All right, Panda Express addiction. That's a good thing.
No.
Gravy stirring addiction.
Somebody was asking who the woman is that's speaking. I'm Jen.
Here's the idea. One day, like right now, if you look at my studio, I've got like a computer over here. She is sitting right behind the computer. Like, where's your hand?
I can't.
Reach,
Just like right there.
Right here. Closer. She does exist. She's a real person. She's not an AI bot.
AI. Yeah, I'm a companion. No. Sorry. Sorry. No, sorry.
Yeah. Now we're in trouble.
That's not what I meant.
But the idea is with the new computer desk, I think I will be able to set up a position on the desk where both of us can be visible, like a different stream, a different angle, so that we could both be visible, and then you'd be able to see Jen, not just she has her own channel, so you can see her there. So, but you could see her on my channel as well.
This one's more fun.
Debbie's like, we've seen her. She's real. We know. Was there a BB gun verdict? No, we're watching for that right now. We're in verdict watch. Judge Stephanie Boyd has a trial we called it the Christmas Story trial. We just jumped in at the very end. We saw a little bit of spice in the middle, but didn't follow the whole thing. We just jumped in on closing arguments, and the jury's in deliberation right now. We're expecting a verdict today.
Which way do you think it'll go? Which way do you want it to go?
I think it will go lesser. Guilty for lesser included. I don't think they're going to get the full-on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, that's one step below aggravated assault with a weapon of mass destruction. The charge is big.
Too big.
It sounds like you came swinging through a crowd with dual samurai swords. It just
yeah.
And it was a BB gun. Yes, it can cause problems. It didn't hit anybody. Other than it may have hit a window, but that's not really what it's charged with. And the whole aggravated side is just a little
too much. Adam asked what indecorous is. Did I say something indecorous?
Indecorous?
It's yes.
Indecorous?
Indecorous.
Red pen? Which one of us is right?
I'm right.
Remember,
I'm just wondering what I
there's
said.
There's 20 on the line for you. If it's me.
I just don't know what I said that he thought was indecorous. Whatever. I'm being so good right now.
She is.
Scott told me yesterday. He was like, I almost trust you on my channel now. I was like, I'm almost there.
Pretty sure I didn't say almost. Booyah.
What?
Look at this. Red Pen just said, I say indecorous.
Red Pen? That's not how you say it, I don't think.
Red Pen is the official. She's the English teacher.
Well, that's true.
That's why she has the red pen.
It's true. I concede.
Yeah. Anyway, we're waiting for Judge Boyd to come back, hopefully with a verdict in that one. Everyone's sort of at lunch down there in Texas right now, so we'll give them just a few minutes to finish that up. I love how RA rationalizes all his big purchases, just like my hubby. I hide my purchases and one day just kind of slide them into life.
He can't really do that because I do finances.
You know when that started?
Is this a confession?
When Mrs. RA was at the hospital and she's
this
like,
sounds
hey,
so bad.
I had a baby. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. But what do I get? Right? And so I would go out. She got her baby and I'd go out and I'd get mine. And I would buy a firearm.
Newsflash, all of my babies are also yours.
Yeah. I would buy, I have, sorry, Sinbad, I haven't heard from Danny yet. Danny has been quiet since her stream on Friday. I think it was Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. 2 days ago. That would have been Saturday.
Does Danny, what's the relationship there?
They knew each other. They were in law school in Korea together.
Oh, man.
But I haven't heard from Danny. I should probably reach out to her. Anyway, so I would go out. She would get her baby and get to bring it home, and I would go out and buy my baby and get to bring it home as well. So
yes, never a flower was given to me, but wow,
I didn't know you
gifts.
give flowers. It's like, what are you going to do? Put the baby down, carry the flowers instead?
Future said it's indecorous. I'm just saying.
It's definitely indecorous. Okay, Red Pen. I'm not saying that we are wrong, but I am going to consult the other English teacher really quickly. Here we go.
It is. It's so heartbreaking. I feel.
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, how do you say indecorous?
Oh my gosh. Which language?
English.
That's bad.
No problem. I won't.
You told her it was bad. She's listening to you.
Sorry.
Hang on one second.
She's always listening.
Hey Siri, define indecorous.
Indecorous means not in keeping with good taste and propriety. Improper.
Okay, I might have been guilty of that.
Hey Siri, define indecorous. Oh, no. Siri, that's not what I said. This is the one that gets me in trouble. Adam, you're in trouble.
Okay, it took me a minute, but Adam.
I did not remember. Indecorous.
Okay.
I had completely forgotten that we walked down this road before with Siri.
Yeah.
It was so close. It popped up on the screen, and I was able to mute it before. Yeah. Fast forward again. That's the second time. There shan't be a third. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Yeah. Anyway.
Adam. Put him in timeout.
Where was I? You talk, Mrs. Ari. I'm going to buy a mat.
You're actually talking about all of the things that you have purchased while I'm stuck in the hospital and can do nothing about it.
Amber, why don't you warn me? Why don't you warn me when this is going to happen? What good are mods for?
I tried. I sent a buffer in chat.
Are you serious?
I had the buffer turned off.
A lot of good that does.
Okay.
Definitely put that in chat. So yeah, I tried to warn you.
I can't remember what Siri says it means, but I remember it's bad.
I just knew you had figured it out, but apparently it took you a few minutes before you made the connection.
Yeah, that was a very slow connecting idea in my mind. Sorry.
Well, no, it's not your fault, Jen. It's Scott's.
Oh.
I should have known better.
This was such a huge day when Siri had a slip.
My mind is a million different places. I'm thinking about, our friends in LawTube and, how
I know.
sad it is. And you guys slipped the intercourse definition.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, so question, sort of related, but not really. Amber, do you have grievances that you are thinking up to share on, is it Monday?
Do we have a topic for these grievances?
Do we need to limit it?
Here's what I'm going to do. On Monday, we are doing a Festivus stream, which will be on... hang on one second. I'll get to this. On Monday, we're going to do a Festivus stream where I'll be on StreamYard. We're going to share our link with all of you, and you're able to come on either. I think I won't let anyone on unless they're on camera because I need to be able to sort of vet them a little bit. So
it's
no
makeup
just
and hair
audio.
days, guys.
Yeah, you don't have to dress up anything fancy. It's Festivus.
Well, who's your judge you follow? We all need to have our colored bow ties.
Judge Fleischer.
Yep.
But we are going to accept some grievances where you get to share things under these conditions. Nothing political or the ban hammer. Bam, you're banned from StreamYard. You're banned from chat. Just like that. It's quick. We don't do political here. So Pickles, not politics. We have to be family friendly. So imagine that both your mom, your grandma, your grandma's mom,
and my mom,
and your young, sweet, innocent child is listening, and then just make it appropriate for them, and don't be indecorous. Let's put it that way.
Adam.
No indecorous. But then share your grievance. Share your grievance, and it'll all be done. No hard feelings.
I think I have a work meeting that day.
Yeah, it was.
That's
I scheduled that meeting.
Entire day.
Yeah, the work was here.
The entire day, just right now. It just happened.
Anyway, it'll be good. So I've got the Festivus pole all decorated. It happens to be the rod that supports our skeleton normally. So it's got lights on it. It's ready to go. I have my Festivus candle here. We'll have that lit. It will smell of disappointment and grievances. And then we're gonna.
Did I miss the mod vote somewhere? Did I completely miss it?
Yeah, you said you had a meeting or something and you missed it.
The other mods okayed this.
Yeah.
Man, what were they thinking?
I don't know. I scheduled it on a day no one was available to attend, and it was unanimous. There was one of us that voted in favor of it. So we're going to do that on Monday. I have a question for you, though. Honestly, we have also coming up at the end of this year, we're doing an award show for the best ofs in LawTube and the trials we follow.
Mm-hmm.
Have we been getting nominations?
Mm-hmm.
Like on a
sufficient
2,
numbers?
3, 4, or 20, 30, 40?
Oh no, we have quite a few nominations, and I guess you don't realize that you have access to see the responses.
No. I don't know how the internet works that way, so please.
You're in charge.
But that makes it even better. That makes it even better because you don't know how to access that part of the form.
I need to see the answers, and because I need to put together the video clips for the awards.
Have you not seen mine and Red Pen's comments in chat when you mentioned this thing, saying he thinks he's creating this montage of videos?
Are you doing it? Or is he just doing it?
I thought I was.
We have something up our sleeves.
Apparently.
That's why I give the internet away. That's why. Yeah. All right. To all those who are new here in chat,
we are professionals.
let me explain something. The woman whose phone you hear on the voice on the phone. This is Amber. She is one of our mods. She's great help. She runs a lot of the tech stuff in the background as well as helps us with legal documents. You can find her over on the Discord page as the gavel drops, which is not our page, but we work closely with them, and they've been generous enough to let us just raid their document section at will. So please support the Discord page as well. Amber's great. The other voice you hear, which sort of I'm not sure if you can tell them apart. Amber, say hi. Amber.
Sorry.
That's Amber. Okay, that's Amber. And the other voice you hear is Jen.
I am Jen.
This is Jen. Jen is my wife. And she goes by Mrs. RA on my channel. On her own channel, she goes by Homeschool Ground Zero because she does homeschool our children, which is full-time.
Yep, and most of the time I'm just known as Mom!
Yeah.
And that's how that goes.
But she's a great homeschool educator and has got 3 children so far in college.
Yeah.
From homeschool to college, which is impressive. So
it's also a relief. Once they get in college, you're like, done. That's awesome.
Yep. Anyway, so Amber, I'm going to let you do mod things. Thanks for the heads up. And we'll talk to
Wait,
you.
I missed it. So are you finding clips, Amber? You and Red Pen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Scott is more than welcome to take a couple of these and do his own montage, but we've certainly got a special treat.
Okay,
I
was going to run it all on my Hyperdeck like this. I've got this like NAS storage drive that's working right now, and I would record clips and I can play things back really easily from that. But that way I won't have to do links and pull up URLs and have things load. I'll have it all on my end live, ready to go. But I can work with whatever you guys do. I just need a heads up. So.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We can certainly do that.
Awesome.
But you have to play the whole thing.
It sounds like I have to play the whole thing. Okay.
You have to play the whole thing.
Thank you, Amber. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Have a good day, all.
Bye.
I'm curious.
Red Pen says you guys are really going to love this award show. It's going to be good.
What is this? What are you doing this one?
It's probably going to be right at the end of the year. Might even be a New Year's Eve stream.
Okay.
Because we're not young anymore. We don't stay up and party.
I did not stay up and party when I was young.
We've trained our kids not to stay up and party either.
You think that?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I'll be like, what time did you go to bed?
Not at our house. They'll party somewhere else.
That's true.
Which is great. Anyway, it'll be good. Crazy Cat, welcome. Watching on Lawyer You Know and came over and subscribed. Appreciate that. Love that. I love that you're here. LawTube is an amazing place. We are what we call LawTube adjacent because, as you know, Peter's a lawyer. I am not.
Okay, Scott calls himself LawTube adjacent. I think we're like fully graduated into like baby LawTube.
I'm a big boy. I am. But we have a love for the law. We have a love for the legal system here in the United States and insatiable hunger for information and interest in the cases that are happening around the country. So I bring the tech side to LawTube. So we try to make this stream tries to be the easiest to hear, the easiest to watch, the best experience in court. Sometimes that means sending our guys to the courthouse to get the feed directly and bring it to you through the wonders of live view and bonded cellular encoders and everything. And sometimes it means just tweaking audio from a courtroom Zoom feed to get rid of an air conditioner sound or the rustling papers and things like that. But that's what we do. We love it here. This community is very respectful. We encourage different opinions as long as they're shared respectfully. We try to steer away from the name calling and you know pointing fingers at people's appearance and things like that. But we try to be a place that people can come, relax, enjoy, and remember at the end of the day that even if we disagree, we're still friends. So welcome.
And there's an advantage here that we are not lawyers. So we have no idea if there was something that they should have done as a lawyer. We kind of hear the evidence as a jury. Yeah. And that it seems like maybe that's a lesser thing, but it's actually a really big advantage because these cases are being heard by juries who are typically not lawyers. So we have a better opportunity to understand from the point of view of the people who make the final decision.
I've got a phone call real quick. Hang on.
Call from
Mr. Wisconsin.
Ivan, Mr. Wisconsin, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hi, John. Hi, Miss R.A. How's
hey.
it going?
Ivan, how's the law mill? Or the law mill?
The log.
The lumber mill.
Throw them in, grind them up.
Sawmill's going good. It never stops. You know, there's always more aspen to cut. So
they grow like weeds.
Yeah, that's why we, I've come to learn that's why we use aspen to cut into hays, because it is definitely the weed of the tree family.
It's also the largest living organism on Earth.
What's that?
The aspen.
Oh,
there's an aspen grove, which is a single organism. They're all connected in the roots. I believe it's near Fish Lake, Utah, and it's hundreds of acres, and it's one tree.
I think olive groves, they have the same network that they're all one tree, but they shoot up from the same root system, but I don't think they're as big as aspens.
Yeah. This moment of worthless knowledge is brought to you by me. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
I just know that they make great trees to cut into hay for horses, for horse bedding. That's what I know.
Good stuff.
Interesting.
So what time is this little Festivus shindig going off? I can't believe you went for this idea.
I thought this was a thing. Is this not a thing? Did I out this?
No, we were talking about it earlier.
Okay.
But, I think what happened was Judge Boyd this morning was wished a Merry Christmas, and she in return wished the lawyer Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and then she included Festivus. We thought we got
so regular scheduled timing. Are courts going to be active Monday? I mean, how's it going to work with these?
There's not a lot of huge cases around the holidays.
Yeah.
Just because cases that take weeks to decide, judges don't like to hold juries over the holidays because everyone gets drunk and talks to their family members, around Christmas time. And
That's why.
Suddenly your whole jury got
Right.
disqualified. But
Well, and people just would be making rash decisions just to get on with it. It wouldn't be too fair for the defendant to have an anti jury for sure. Although there are some jurors that maybe would rather be on jury duty than with their family. If it's anything like some of our gatherings, so you never can quite tell.
so we're probably not going to have a big case right in that time. We're doing a couple things. I think later this week, fingers crossed, we're working with Dr. G to have him bring him on and talk about the defendant in the last trial we watched, which was a piece of work. Man, that guy was quite interesting. So that's the Ferlazzo trial, Joseph Ferlazzo. So we've been texting back and forth. I think Friday might be a good day for him if he's able to confirm that. That would be awesome. But so we're doing that. We might do a little work with collaborations. We'll do. We've got this Festivus thing next Monday. We've got our end of year highlights video right around New Year's, if I can get that all ready. And
so I take it there's no court Christmas Eve then, right?
There will be small courts. As a matter of fact, I think even on Christmas Day, you're going to find there are some courts that are doing arraignments and things where in some states things have to happen within a set number of hours after you're arrested. You have to appear before a judge. Those things will still happen. And so there will still be some Zoom courts out there happening.
Well, kids, don't get arrested on Monday because you're going to be sitting for a week. This is my usual holiday PSA. Welcome to all the new people who have joined the channel. I see you've been getting lots of subs, so I always try to throw out a PSA. You don't want to get arrested on the holiday weekend. You won't get bond until it's all said and done. So,
and it's a busy weekend too, so they just might not get to you. But.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Well, yep. I wasn't a subscriber to Legal Vices, but I know a lot of people were, and between that and the news coming down south, I say south because Madison, even though it's our capital, it's a world away from me. But the news coming out of there is all bad. So any prayers or if people can find relief funds that'll be set up, I'm sure find your way there if you can. So just thought I'd throw that out there and stump for my state. As you know, I love it so much. So.
Well, as the second best state in the union, it just give me a hard time. Ivan, thank you very much.
Well,
Appreciate
I'm
the
going to
call.
get back to it.
All right.
Fastman isn't going to cut itself, so love you guys.
See you. Love you.
Good to hear
Bye.
from you.
All right. Ivan's a good friend of the channel. He does actually have a sawmill. That's his work. Shark gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. I have to say, some of the new friends we've found today, or that found us through Peter, lawyer, thank you. There's, by my count, roughly 1,000 of you so far today.
Full disclosure, I'm almost never on here, and we almost always watch court cases. So this is not actually a normal day.
Yeah, this is sort of a slow day that way. We normally do watch trials throughout the day, but as you said, Judge Boyd is back. I'm just trying to see if she had a verdict in yet, and I'm not seeing it. Looks like she just got back from lunch. Judge Boyd handles regular docket issues while her jury deliberates. There is no downtime for her. Other judges will say, well, I'll be in chambers, call me if they have a note. Judge Boyd works just nonstop all day long. S. Betty Ross, the sad news is Jeff passed away over the weekend. Legal Vices passed away. It's really sad. It's just barely coming out to this morning. The news broke a little bit. And also today, obviously out of Madison, we've got that the school shooting up there in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
With I haven't looked at the numbers. I heard 5 deceased, including the shooter.
Smith?
I tried to look on Twitter, but it turns out I don't know how to do Twitter.
Can I see the file on Smith, please? All right, just have a seat and I will get with you. All right, Timothy Gonzalez.
I'm going to let the judge talk for a minute. I'll take this call off the air. Hang on.
All right, just have a seat and I will get with you. All right, Timothy Gonzalez. Excuse me. You need to turn that off, sir. Yeah. I don't know what the back feed is. All right. So, Mr. Porter, I know it's showing that you were retained on something. Okay.
Mr. Smith there on the bottom looks, he's got a sewing machine behind him. He's in a craft room.
This is why I don't shave my head. You just never know what you're going to find there.
Looks like he's had some surgery.
Yes, that attorney has retired. Something we all
That's the only reason.
aspire to
That's
do.
it.
What about me liking it the way it is?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll reset this.
Is that a printer? Oh, it looks like a Cricut.
It's a Cricut, yeah.
I thought it was a sewing machine, but
If
it
everyone
looks
is
more
okay
like
with
a
All right.
maybe vinyl lettering business or
and
something.
we'll put it for discovery. That way he'll get a chance to see if there's any other
It's
evidence.
super organized.
And
I'm
Ms.
kind of
Ferguson,
jealous.
put this for the end of January, please.
I want to see in the
All right, is
closet.
January 30th a good date for everyone? All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Make sure you give them your email address on the reset form so they can contact you. All right, thank you. You're welcome.
We've heard that the doggies are taken care of. I don't know the details there, but the doggies are taken care of. I wanted a Cricut for a while.
Yeah, actually.
We shopped for one together. Do you remember that?
Because I was working on a different business at that point, and we didn't end up pursuing that one very long.
We failed at a lot of businesses.
Let's look at it as
we practiced succeeding.
We've practiced
many
succeeding
times
without actually arriving.
Making life simple. Welcome, my friend. It's a tough day today both in news and on LawTube, but it's good to have you here. A Cricut is think of it like a printer, but instead of printing stuff, it has a blade and it can slice through like vinyl. So you put a sheet of vinyl in and it will cut out the vinyl.
It cuts anything. I mean, not anything, but it can cut just regular paper or stickers.
I don't have a 3D printer. I also would not mind getting one day. I was actually looking online at the auctions, at the government auctions, a laser cutter.
This is another thing we've looked at. Do you remember this? Looking at laser cutters for
yes,
marble?
It was just last night.
No,
for marble.
Long time ago.
Oh my goodness. We were going to do plaques where we etched pictures on absolute black marble plaques. And if you've never seen absolute black,
pretty.
It is like jet black stone with no inclusions. And when you use a laser printer on absolute black marble, it pits off and makes little white stuff. So you can print white on black. So it does a black and white image. And you basically print the negative of the picture and you have it there in stone. So
it's very, very pretty.
We got samples sent. There's a mill, or I think the only place they get absolute black is out of China.
All right.
That marble.
On your case.
We've got samples of it. It's beautiful.
The challenge with that is that you have to have proper venting for the
laser.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And we did not have that available at that time.
It definitely is a Monday, correct?
Here we go.
Oh, it is. All right. So let me just pull this up.
Mr. Smith's having a Monday.
But hey, we're currently alive. What more can we ask for?
That is true.
Yeah.
What more could we ask for? And if we grabbed about it, who would listen?
Oh no, people will. There's always someone who will listen. All right, so
Judge Boyd is positive.
Mr.
Smith is negative.
So we already had our plea deadline date. He wants a jury trial. All right. So who is the prosecutor on Joseph Jefferson Smith IV? All right, how long do y'all expect this jury trial to last? All right, Norma, I need a reset date, jury trial, criminal trial division, 3 days. All right, so you'll need to appear in person on March 4th.
March 4th.
For your jury trial.
For Mr. Smith the 4th.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you very much for that. I'd also like to address
last time I was here in court, we were talking about giving me a little bit of leniency on this ankle monitor, and still nothing's happened with that.
Yeah, I've already signed yeah, it's already done. Everybody had agreed to tracking only on November 21st. Oh. Okay.
Sloth Life.
You're welcome. Yes.
This is not the plastic one. I say plastic, but what you sent me is.
Thank you very much, and you have a good day.
Is brilliant.
All right, you too, and thank you for always dressing appropriately for court,
steel.
even though you're by Zoom. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. You're very welcome.
Ow. I just missed. I just poked. What's arriving tomorrow?
And Mr.
I love the skin.
Chirek, if you just make sure in the back, because I signed the order, but if you'll make sure that they have it so there'll be no issues.
Sloth Life has provided me with a Scottish experience over here. She sent 3 packages
Jawan
of Scottish
Crawford?
treats, as well as a skindu, which is the knife that the Scottish folk wear in their big, tall ankle or calf tall socks.
Hello. Just give me one moment. Let me put this in the system.
Is the judge's computer system working again? They had problems this morning. Mathis says J. Hatch versus Kowalski Oracle arguments on February 12th.
Oracle or just oral?
I think he meant oral, but Oracle it's some good software. I used it when I was in the metal building industry. I think he meant oral.
You're welcome.
He'll be, as is required, since he made a mistake using Super Chat, he has to fix
All right.
it with the Super Chat.
You're ready on Crawford?
That'll learn him.
Oracle sounds better.
Let me see what we are set for.
Just kidding. I got it, Mathis.
Greeners.
Give me a second.
Greeners,
Mr. Crawford, come on down.
Did the haggis hold up in the post? Okay. No haggis. Good stuff.
No, not in the post. Yuck.
I think it would ship a lot like a summer sausage, really.
Sure. All right. Thank you. All right. Just have a seat.
I think we were using like Oracle. It was like 8 or 9 at the time.
Catch me up a little bit. What is happening? Are we just waiting to read the verdict?
Yes and no. Judge Boyd, there on the left, right above me, has presided over a trial. The jury is in deliberations still. The defense is basically present. I think the defendant is probably out in the hall, but there's the correction. Autocomplete unreliable, February 12th, important. February 12th is the date. Oral arguments. Hopefully they're going to be televised.
That's funny.
So the judge presided over the trial. This was the Christmas Story trial because the defendant is charged with shooting somebody with a BB gun. And obviously in the Christmas Story, you'll shoot your eye out. You remember the whole Red Ryder BB gun part?
I do.
So he was charged with shooting at someone with a BB gun.
On.
And charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
All right. Thank
all of our
you.
children from growing up.
Like last week.
All right, Norma, that's
all
127.
criminals.
I could have this charge a dozen times over. We had BB gun wars in my neighborhood, and everyone tried to bring their own shop glasses from junior high. But if you didn't have them, the instructions were to close your eyes if you're getting shot at, so it doesn't hurt your eye. And it worked every time.
It's like a shield. It can't get you if your eyes are closed.
If you hear somebody, shoot the BB gun, just close your eyes.
And Norma,
protect
on
your
Mark,
eyeballs.
Anthony Gooseman, if I could see the violation reports,
using
please.
airsoft. They got him in the eye, and I didn't even know about it until the picture was put on Facebook. I was like, oh my gosh.
What's the new evidence? Y'all need to come forward.
Okay.
Call from Sloth Life.
All right, Mr. Crawford.
Sloth Life, hold on just for a second. Let's see if we can get a break with the judge.
No problem.
Probation is emailing us both.
Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute them because Judge Boyd is not paying $2 a minute to talk. Go ahead, Sloth Life.
No, sorry, I wasn't
because can't hear what's going on because I turned my sound down. Sorry. So, what's arriving tomorrow is a real one, not plastic.
Well, this is a real one. This is a real one.
Well,
I was joking that it was plastic, but it is quite real.
Well, it's not really real. I told you there was some wine involved when I ordered that one, and I didn't read the reviews. And so I had read the reviews, and I thought, I can't send you something that's really crap, as we would say in Scotland. So there's...
I think there's a different word used in Scotland that starts with sh and ends with ite.
Yeah, rhymes with kite.
Yes, it does. If anyone needs help with that one, let me know.
So I'm really sorry for interrupting again. I just assumed that because I'm allowed to send them that there was no law against it. But the other one coming tomorrow has the wooden hand on a Damascus steel blade and so
Sloth Life. Oh my goodness, you shouldn't have. That is going to be beautiful.
Merry Christmas. I think there's some decoration on the handle. I'm not sure what it was. I can't remember because I had some more wine.
Sloth Life, thank you very much.
Okay, sorry. I'll let you go. Sorry to interrupt again. Have a lovely Christmas and everything. I will be on the channel, but you all have a lovely Christmas and a good New Year.
Yeah. You too. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Oh okay. My goodness. In my next life, I want to have an accent
something
like
you
that.
all are going to agree on or not?
Sloth Life. That was Sloth Life in chat there. She's a friend of the channel. She's been sending me things from Scotland, little Scottish treats, things like that. And she sent me what's called a skin do, which is the knife that goes in the sock. And she said she read the reviews on that one. The reviews on this one weren't good after she already bought it. And now she's sending one with a wooden handle and a Damascus steel blade. This one's nice. The next one is going to be incredible. So
yeah, and I'm already picturing in my head, we're going to lock these away from all of our small ones.
I'm going to keep them on my desk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to open packages with them. Stabby, stabby.
Right, probation, that's going to be on January 6th, contested.
Scotland. Great accent, terrible weather.
They invented golf, though, Teresa. So if you're a fan of golf, you've got to give them the least credit for that. What does customs think about your packages? I can tell you, I just sent one to France, and they thought it had gold in it.
Yeah.
So,
okay, Mark
little tiny
Guzman
package.
has. I see you put it together.
This big.
Careful with that.
I'm not showing the address. This one's going to Canada. This one's for Ian. But a package this big and nice and light. Okay, it weighs less than a pound. $63. And they're probably going to charge, all sorts of import duties on the other end as well. So anyway, all right. Waiting for the judge still.
This day does not feel buoyant.
It doesn't. We need to, there's a time.
Yeah, I don't think we should try to make it buoyant. It's just not that kind of a day. Sorry, guys. I hope you came here to be sad because it is that kind of a day.
Let's just cry together. Oh, man. Yeah. Sad day. A very sad day. Big Sky. Yes, I did. I believe.
Don't look at me.
Here's the problem. I open the package and immediately take out the note that's inside, and then I can never remember what came with what.
I have nothing to say. I'm sure it was life-changing. I don't know.
The meat thermometers I'm using.
Oh, my gosh. He's using them. Like on his hamburger, he used it.
I use them on the hamburger. I use them on chicken.
That's good,
I
though.
use them on your chicken soup. Chicken noodle soup.
That was really good because that chicken noodle soup obnoxiously had bones and it was thigh.
She got like chicken fingers.
Yeah, what?
Not boneless ones. She got like the actual chicken fingers. I don't know what part of the chicken they're from.
Not the fingers.
Nope. I wasn't sure about those.
Well, that is good.
It's my mom's 80th birthday, so that's something good. Shelly Kelly, congratulations to your mom. Happy birthday. 80's one to celebrate.
Oh my goodness.
I have 3 cricket machines. Do you need one? We don't. No. We don't. First of all, I don't have anywhere to put it.
Amen and amen.
That's our first problem. And second of all, I would not use it. They were really cool at the time, and
we
loved
had
them.
a specific plan. I was making I can't even remember what it's called now, but it would have required a ton of cutting out. And then it turned out that I was like, that's just not my flavor of creativity. So we didn't get it. We did get those.
Pickle toys, we got those. There's still one on the deck the cat plays with. I now have
3?
I have 3. Well, I have 2 meat thermometers plus this bad boy, which shoots a laser right there. No, right in the eye. It says not to do that right here.
At least you can read it.
But this goes up to like 500 degrees, whereas the meat thermometer only goes up to, I don't know, like 290 or something, 390.
So anytime the kids are sick?
When I'm cooking, I need the 500 degree one.
What degree of charcoal did I just create?
Let's see. But you have room for a laser cutter? Greeners?
No.
I don't.
We don't.
Plus the venting and everything.
I'm pretty sure my brother has one, though. He's run several companies and like successfully. He actually makes money at his companies, and I'm pretty sure that one of his companies uses a laser engraver.
Yeah, they're cool things.
What? No, red pen.
I can't leave stuff on her counter.
No, the number of things that have gone on my counter that I don't know about until later. I'm like, what is happening while I'm gone?
Yes.
Speaking of jam, I hadn't told you enough about what I had for lunch. I stopped at macaroni and cheese. After that, a friend who's a good cook,
She's amazing.
Could I see the
made
file for his client?
Chocolate chip cookies, which I tried.
Very good.
And then she had, the other order. First, she made some jam, and it's cranberry pepper jam.
Not good.
It's so good.
No.
It tastes like cowboy
recall
candy,
this back.
candied jalapenos with cranberries.
For January.
Yeah, I took one smell of it and I said, okay, I don't know what that is, but it is not jam. That is like salsa.
Recall it back for January 7th to see about a jury trial date.
Anyway, and then I had a chocolate chip cookie. So that completed my lunch, my 5-course lunch.
I know. I just sat there eating my salad, watching him. I'm like, what you doing?
Jeff is Legal Vices on YouTube. He's a lawyer. I think he's from Logan, Utah.
Could you let his attorney, let his client know that his attorney is in jury trial?
Danny on direct,
Mr. Amador?
I believe, went to law school with him.
Come down,
and
please.
We're in Korea at some time together as well. But he's been around LawTube for a long time. He knows some of the old folks around law. I call them old folks, but like the people who have been around for a long time in LawTube. He knew them. Kurt had been out with him.
Your attorney is currently in a jury trial in the 290th, so he can't be in 2 places at the same time. So we're going to bring you back on January 7th. That way he can confer so we can get a jury trial date for you, okay? Do you have any questions? All right, thank you so much.
It's so interesting to me that I hear myself in the speaker.
That's so you can hear Judge Boyd.
It's so interesting that we see trials that are big and that take a really long time and are very deep in depth, convoluted, where the judge plays such an integral role. And I forget that when they're not doing that kind of stuff, a lot of their job is just administrative. Okay, thanks for coming in. We're setting an appointment for you. Out you go.
Yeah. And the legal system can go very slowly.
You're welcome.
It can take months to get to trial.
Find him on the docket.
Especially if you're in Georgia, then it takes years. Never get arrested in Georgia for that reason. You could sit in jail for a year. They never
recovering
get to
from the wounds that they ran you off the road from.
Lavender, it's wonderful you're having a celebration of life. It's always neat when you get more time with someone than the doctors estimate was available. But still, our heart goes out to you as well. What happened with Michael Rivers? I don't know what happened there. I just know Bruce Rivers' son passed away as well.
Yeah, not a happy day.
90% of judge work is extreme scheduling. That's why they have all these assistants. They have people who keep the calendars.
I think that's what Judge Boyd is looking at right now, though, is she's watching her schedule and doing the administrative part of it.
Yeah. Maybe the one lesson I've learned from court watching, never waive your right to a speedy trial.
Yeah. Yeah, even a speedy trial, I feel like that's not that fast.
Did I already tell my drone theory? I did not, but
not to me.
If the drones were sighted in my area, here's what I would do. I would set up a live stream that has a physical camera, like the kind that's viewing me right here. I would set up one with thermal imagery, because I would immediately go out and buy an ATN scope, a thermal scope.
Because you have to.
And then I'd set up my iPhone with Flight Radar 24. I'd link them all to the same tripod, so the same mount. They're all looking at the same place. And I would do a multi-screen. I might also do a night vision, because night vision, it's in the dark. It's easier to see things. That's just how night vision works. Funny. Yes, you've learned something today. Anyway, that didn't make sense.
Is that how that works?
So I would set it up like that so that anything I filmed, if it was a plane, Flight Radar 24 would immediately identify the plane with the carrier and what flight it was and everything else. And if it wasn't, then we could watch that.
All right.
They don't give off heat or radio signals? I don't think that's possible. They have to give off some heat.
If you'll come down, please.
There'll be, when I say heat, a thermal camera can detect a change of temperature of 0.3 degrees. An electric motor
All right, Norma,
gives off
have
heat
an
that way.
interpreter.
They get warm.
Yeah, but you're not certified. Norma, if you'll have an interpreter come down.
This is the defendant from this is the defense attorney from our trial, but it's a different case
It
that he's
has to
working.
be with a certified.
How many cases do they have at once, do you think?
Yeah.
Apparently he speaks sign language, because he just did like 6 gestures and he said, okay. That was it. Getting an interpreter to come down.
I think if I were a lawyer, I would rather do big cases where you only did one at a time. And it took all of your brain space and it was really complicated, but it was just one. Because it would be really, really hard to be doing what this guy's doing and say, okay, switch. Now it's a totally different situation. I have to remember all the specifics of them and give them, value and do a good job for him. That'd be really hard.
Let's see. The drones are quiet, but if they're far away, they will appear to be silent.
All right, so catch me up on that. Like, I know what's happening, but...
New Jersey, New York, basically along the East Coast, heavily populated areas at night.
Are you all ready?
People are reporting
Okay,
drones flying over their areas.
All right. Salcedo?
And the government's basically saying
hi.
it's not
Come on
us.
down.
And when they're pressed, they're like, it was all manned flights, no problems.
Okay, if it's not them, then their response needs to be, what the heck is it?
They should be. Around a military base, you'd think they'd be more curious.
Yeah.
So
because there should be a
what is happening
5-mile
with this case?
buffer.
Are we proceeding on the motion to
around
revoke?
airports.
All right. So I'll see if I'm going to follow that. But do you have the trial court certification? All right. It's there. It's behind the ginormous screen.
Yeah, civilian drones, they're probably all DJIs. I've owned 3 DJI drones now.
Lots of them. Okay, so what size are these drones?
Some say they're the size of small cars, but drones are very difficult to judge the size on, especially when you don't have something behind it for a reference point. So they can move very quickly. Like my drones could fly 45, 50 miles an hour.
Okay, so hang on. Why? Let's spitball this thing. I'm not buying the whole it's not us, because they would be freaking out if it wasn't them. So why? I mean, I don't want to get into conspiracy theory, but really, what could they be doing?
It's most likely a corporation testing a feature. They're going to be, competing drone delivery, things like
Pizza delivery? That's what's going on here?
It's Domino's.
Oh.
They call them Domino's. See if
and the government's like, don't worry about it, guys.
It's just pizza.
Okay, thank you. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 1745, State versus Laura Saucedo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Ms. Saucedo? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation with your attorney? And did you understand it? Are you the same Laura Elizabeth Saucedo, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 1745 for the offense of harassment of a public servant on March 30th, 2022 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? All right, state.
In Dare County, Texas, and attending for been in their field for supervision officer.
She failed to report for supervision on parole, so she's here to be revoked.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objection?
No.
State waived their remaining violations.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke you, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? All right, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Spend for 1 year and 90 months, and then DDRF followed by MIC supervision.
The prosecutor is standing far from the mic, but he does have a recommendation.
All right.
Something about a year.
Any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
So hang on, she just didn't go in to see her parole officer?
So she was found guilty of something before, and as part of the sentence, she was put on probation. And probation has terms. The terms might be no alcohol, you must stay gainfully employed, check in with your probation officer every month. This was a failure to check in. And
a year?
Well, the crime, she might have, let's say, for instance, that she committed vehicular homicide. She ran somebody down intentionally, and she got probation. Probation might be for 10 years, and she's 3 years into it. If she fails at her probation, unless she doesn't meet the condition of the probation, she might then be ordered to serve the remaining balance of the time.
All right. I don't think she's a good candidate for probation. This is the second motion to revoke. The previous motion to revoke was for the same thing, not reporting. And when she did not report, the court altered and amended her conditions to try to get her to report, to provide proof of residency, whether that was at Haven for Hope or somewhere else. She never did. I allowed her to report by Zoom if she wanted to report by Zoom. She never did. She hasn't done anything.
That's not inaccurate, Judge.
That's not inaccurate, Judge. Spot on is what he just said. Spot on.
She passed away in November. And also some addiction. In all honesty, the original recommendation for ISF, not DDR. The DDR probably has to take much more to this work with the action.
I can't hear what he's saying.
So respectfully, Judge, I understand the court's position. If you haven't told me, to be honest, you understand that.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, man.
And I think she understands that too, Judge. But she is wanting to help, and she understands that it's a lockdown inpatient program. She had tried on her own. She was in the methadone program, and she was also receiving the lockdown.
Defense is fighting for his client, trying to
Now that all stopped when she got arrested about a month ago, but it does at least show that she has been fighting with her.
trying to get her to stay out on bond instead of being incarcerated, but it looks like she's going to be serving
for
time.
the court, all she had to do was report to probation, and it shows in the court summary that probation made several attempts to reach out to her. And again, we were here when I placed her on probation, and that was in 2022. We were back. That was March 30th, 2022, when she was placed on probation. Then we came back September 2022 because she wasn't reporting. And those issues were addressed with her. And then the TAP evaluation was done in custody to help her with her drug issues, did outpatient treatment to help her with her drug issues. Then after all of that, probation was still trying to reach out her to get her to report. I mean, it's great that she was doing these other things, but she never reported. When people are on probation, Ms. Salcedo, part of being on probation is reporting. That's something you have to do. And you didn't do that. I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. And so I'm not going to follow your agreement. I'm going to find you guilty, and I'm going to revoke. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years. Counsel?
No, I don't believe she has any felony history up here.
So for failing to report, that's not the crime she's serving time for. I mean, it sounds like it's really bad. Like you said, hey, you didn't call into your probation officer, so I'm going to sentence you to 2 years. No, she's being sentenced for the crime she was found guilty of. And that sentence is very harsh considering all she had to do to not get that.
All right, State, what would you request for time?
Check in.
2 years.
2 years.
All right, I'll follow your agreement. Are you asking the court to sentence you to the 2 years, Ms. Salcedo? Are you waiving your right to appeal? The court then is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court will find you guilty, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal.
Man. This is
Did
hard.
you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I'm going to recommend the therapeutic community for you. You'll need to ask for it, because if you don't ask for it, they definitely won't give it to you. But if you ask for it, there's a good chance they will give it to you, because I'm going to make sure that it's in the judgment that the court is requesting therapeutic community. Therapeutic community is designed to help you with any issues you may have. You understand? All right. And when you're released from prison, if you can't find housing or a place that can help you, if I'm still here, you can come back. I'll call somebody, see what we can do. All right. Thank you. Yes.
I don't know what her original crime was that she committed, but she was going for her
tiny.
third chance. Her third chance. I think whatever it was involved alcohol. A lot of times people that are on bond and are ordered not to take drugs or alcohol don't check in because
they would,
they would be found guilty of
Hello,
violating
how's
the
it going?
category.
Sinbad, you're doing the right thing by connecting with people.
Okay, I need to
right
call
now
him. Is he
when you're
still on the
feeling
bench?
like it's just really hard and you're feeling overwhelmed, connecting with other people is really, really helpful. If being on chat isn't enough, reach out and talk to somebody that you know. That's a great way to fight that battle if you want, but I do encourage it.
Well, let me take care of that first. All right, Cartamo. Oh, no. Thank you. All right. So on
This is the translator
this
behind
case,
the defendant.
Is your client a citizen or no?
He is not.
Are you appointed? All right. So are you going to take care of the immigration issues? So you're going to take care of that. All right. And then where are we on discovery?
I know it's like a basketball shirt, but it reminds me of Spider-Man every time I see him.
matters to my attention that I wasn't aware of, so I can reach out to you before I
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can set this for the end of the month for discovery and state at that time you also need to tender an offer. All right, January 30th. I'm sorry, next month. Yes. All right, January 30th. Do you have any questions? I don't think anyone wants to be here during the Christmas holiday season. I could be wrong of that.
No, we don't.
All right.
We have our parties to go to.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
The idea is after I get my desk at the end of this week that you're going to be able to see Mrs. R.A. on camera as well.
I have already left this stream like 3 times, so the advantage of being off screen really helps.
She's in and out constantly. So anytime you hear noise in the studio, it's because she's got the door open.
It's my fault.
But no, new desk coming, I think, on Friday. Should take about 3 hours to set up. Thursday, Friday. Mr. Ray, you're going to like this because I'm going to have to clean up behind you, wherever that is. So like that pile of boxes, that mountain.
Yes, my life is in danger sitting here.
Mount Everlasting boxes over there is going to be put somewhere in your room. I don't know where.
Oh, Sinbad, lots of things can trigger it. When you're fighting a battle, it's crazy the small things that will trigger it.
I'm always in a good mood.
You control, you make good decisions and then surround yourself with people who will uplift you. You're going to make it.
So Mrs. Aria will be on stream with us. That's great. No, she will. Trust me.
About the same time I get a cell phone.
Sweet.
Yeah, you did not hear what I said there.
I'll give you her number.
Right,
I'll hand out her number instead of the burner phone.
We have
I need to order
Joanne
something.
De Hoyos on Roberta Campus.
The first few weeks are the hardest. You wake up at night.
All right, well, where's
just
where's
harder.
the client?
You get through those though, it gets way easier.
Roberto Campos. Ah.
What will I be on full time?
Oh, you are correct.
Parenthood. Speaking
And
of, I'm gonna
then,
check
could
on
I
my
see
kids.
the file on Freddie Ariano, please?
Still waiting for the verdict in this. It's taken a while.
All right, I don't know why this is supposed to come back on January 16th, Norma. I don't know why it's on the docket today. Okay.
Welcome back, Mrs. Ray.
It's set for January 16th.
Samantha Michelle, almost 2 years sober from alcohol. First few weeks, the hardest. Stay here with us. Yeah.
And then could I see the file on Jonah Hughes, please?
Yeah, 2 years, Samantha. That's awesome.
Yes. I need Hughes and I need Brayla Butler.
Have a confession. I unwound the lights on my mic and moved them
Because
back
I think there's only 3.
so they wouldn't show up during the podcast with Peter.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you know how to take down Christmas lights.
Did you see what she did there? That was harsh.
I'm sorry.
It is true that my Christmas lights have been up for a full year now. But it doesn't really count because I have not turned them on yet this season. I just need to plug in the extension cord and they'll work. Oh, my goodness. She got me on that one. Zibby, thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you. Thank you very much for your generosity. Also, DSN gifted a membership. Thank you, DSN. Welcome to the new recipients. Yeah, that was a roast and a half.
You just got roasted. In case you missed it, Scott.
Dandy Andy, welcome. Good to have you here. More Mrs. Hardy, please. He's like, This is what I've been waiting
so
for.
Surprised Scott let me come back in after whatever that voices in your head day was.
I love my wife.
I love you too. Ayden doesn't know how to vacuum or do laundry.
Okay. I wanted to buy something from Sweetwater, but they don't have it. Which means I have to buy from BH Photo.
Is it a cord?
It has cords. No, I don't have another SDI camera to film you with the new desk, so I'll need to use a GoPro with a converter.
I'm good.
So I'm getting a converter right now.
What? You need a converter, but you don't have another camera?
I have lots of GoPros, but GoPros have HDMI out. I need it to be an SDI in. So I need a...
Yeah, Teresa, it's getting to be a thing. It's going to be... We're starting to have conversations about it.
It's the Christmas season.
This is what the Christmas spirit means sometimes. Yeah, it cracked me up a little bit when Broken Baker was like, "What is with your wife? Why does she come on?" I was like, "There's no real reason. I get a little bored."
I have to say, Broken Baker's experience with marriage and mine have been very different. Love him. Heart goes out to him. I love it. Marriage is a wonderful establishment. Highly recommend it. At least that's my experience. He has a different story.
Yeah, but I harass you. I don't think I could get away with harassing you if I wasn't nice to you other times. When I'm not harassing you.
There are those other times. Okay. Add to cart.
Oh, seriously, Legally Blonde. She says, yes, it is the most overstimulating, magical time of the year. Yeah, can be. Law Talk with Mike does too? He brings on his wife? Or he just wonders what the heck we're doing?
Hang on. Where's that at?
It's about to go off the top.
Oh, Law Talk with Mike says, agrees with Broken Baker. Is that what you're saying?
They say we have a break.
Or with me? Very interesting opinions on marriage. Okay. He has the opposite view as RA.
Oh, okay.
Is he a divorce lawyer? I don't know what
So,
I know that he
y'all could
likes
just
to
hold
focus
them
on the
in
funny
the
parts
back.
of law. But what is his personal experience? Is that our defendant right there?
That's a bailiff.
Oh, no. Look, the guy that wants to come in right at the gates there. I think he's the defendant in our case, which means we might have a jury. All the people are being let out of the jury box. Do we play the music?
Church person that
Let's see.
Let's go. She just said Merry Christmas. Oh, that's so sweet. Who was it?
Just got cookie trays brought to us.
Who's the air teacher? Did you tell her thank you?
Okay. We're live with that mic. Okay, our defendant is there in the blue jacket. He's got the white hair, standing there in the middle chair on the defense side. He's the defendant in the BB gun case. She said verdict. Did she say verdict? The state that brought us the Alamo and the Texas Rangers is bringing us a verdict in the BB gun trial.
7 State versus Christopher Morrison for the state.
Slothlife, thank you.
And
As
are
we-
you Mr. Morrison?
As
All
we
right,
wait.
it's my understanding the jurors have reached a verdict. Are both parties ready to proceed? State? Defense? All right, just have a seat, and we'll wait for them to bring them in.
All right, the jury has reached a verdict in the trial of Mr. What was his name? Morrison. In the middle, he's accused of shooting his BB gun at people who are swimming in the pool in the apartment complex, possibly also shooting a glass window. The BB gun fired at 350 feet per second on a good day. His lawyer argued that it might have been going slower than that on the day that it was fired.
They'll bring your client out in just a moment.
Which way do you want it to go?
The victim in this case, a police officer swimming in the pool with a 3-year-old son, claims that the splashes of the BBs slamming into the water splashed water high above his head, a fact that does not and is not supported by science. Nevertheless, it was testified to in court. The jury has deliberated. They've reached a verdict at this point. We should have a unanimous decision.
So you're hoping not guilty.
And this is a charge of assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The defendant says he didn't even know people were there.
Wait, that's his defense?
Yeah. He'd not try to hurt anybody. He did not try to kill anybody.
I mean, it's not needed.
It's a
They're going to do the
surprise.
verdict,
Okay,
and then
but
whatever the
don't
verdict is,
shoot
we're
at the
going to take a
pool.
recess anyway.
Still, it's overcharged.
BB gun, deadly weapon, only on, not only in Texas. The Texas law is written as such that a weapon is something that could create serious bodily damage. And a BB gun used in the right way could put an eye out. You could shoot your eye out, as we know from the Christmas story. And because of that, it meets the parameters, and we have aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
But there are also lesser included.
Yes. We'll see if the jury will settle for a lesser included. I'm leaning towards a lesser included myself. Don't have time for a poll. But here we go. Jury's filing in right now. We got the whole verdict song. That's rare. That's rare. Peter does really well on those podcasts. That's awesome. 50,000 views. Not all BB guns are made equal.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
We can talk about that later, but some BB guns
ladies and gentlemen, it's the court's understanding you've reached a verdict in this case. Is that correct? And is the verdict unanimous? All right, if you'll hand the charge to the deputy, please.
I hope the judge reads it.
Thank you.
Because we can't hear the juror at all. She's flipping through multiple pages. If there was only a single page, that's all they would need for guilty for the top charge, unless they returned all the pages. Wow. I think the judge is not happy with the outcome.
Or confused by how they filled out the paperwork.
The verdict form appears to be in proper order. Count 1, it states, we, the jury, find the defendant, Christopher Morrison, guilty of the lesser included offense of deadly conduct under count 1.
Lesser included.
Count 2 reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Christopher Morrison, guilty of the lesser included offense of deadly conduct under count 2. Does anyone wish to have the jurors polled? State? Defense? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you if this is your verdict in each count.
Want the poll.
If this is your verdict in each count, I'll need for you to answer yes. Does everyone understand? All right, we'll start on this end. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Yes. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
All right, we'll start on the back row. Is this your verdict? 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 All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you all wait in the jury room, and then I'll give you further instructions. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
This jury, I believe, will be determining the sentence. Some things to keep in mind here. This defendant says he was in a bad place when this happened. He is a decorated veteran and has made some changes in his life. This happened years ago, 2 years ago. So this jury may weigh those issues when they decide a sentence here shortly.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
K-Rab, thank you. I was super nervous during all of it. I still have not watched it myself.
Yes.
I watched it. He did good.
All right, so you all wish to change your election for punishment?
Yes.
All right. Then there being Mr. Morrison. Yeah, well, just a second. Mr. Morrison, if you can come forward.
Okay, so they might. I think they're going to say they want the
All right.
judge to decide
Mr.
the punishment
Morrison,
instead of the jury.
You do understand that you have a right to have the jury decide your punishment? All right. Have you had ample opportunity to discuss with your attorney whether or not you want to change your election of punishment from the jury to the court?
So Your Honor, there's one issue. He has to get back to Indiana. If we have to do a PSI,
Possible PSI.
get it wrapped up. Yes. Ma'am, I'd like to.
I'd like to be sentenced immediately. I trust you.
All right, so we can do this we can go off the record. We can do this one or two ways. One, if you would like, I can do punishment today. Or if y'all would like, I can do punishment tomorrow so that everybody, because sometimes I understand when people get a guilty verdict, maybe you were not expecting it. Sometimes you have to get in the right mind frame to move to the next phase. So if y'all would like, we can recall it for tomorrow for punishment.
So if we could do it today, Your Honor.
Okay.
That would be ideal.
They want it today. They want it right now. He's literally saying, punish me now.
Okay.
No jury.
And state, what are you going to be requesting as far as punishment is concerned? I'll let you, I tell you what, I'll let you all discuss that. So what we will do is if there are no objections, I'm going to go back and release the jurors. And then you all discuss to see maybe what they're asking for, because who knows? Maybe you all can come up to an agreement on punishment. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. All right, everyone. We're going to take a short recess.
Okay, so the judge, not expecting this, she tried to put this off and say, how about we do it tomorrow? Defendant instead says, no, I'd like to be sentenced. Well, his lawyer said, we'd like to be sentenced today. This is, in Texas, deadly conduct is defined under their penal code section 22.05. And it says, recklessly engaging in conduct that puts another person in imminent danger of serious bodily injury, or recklessly discharging a firearm in the direction of a person, vehicle, or building. The punishment is up to 1 year in jail, a $4,000 fine, or both. So he's got two charges. They probably would run concurrently.
He has two charges?
There were two charges, yeah, because there were multiple rounds that were fired. Yes. Okay.
So he's up to 2 years?
So maximum would be 2 years and $8,000 fine. But this is a much lighter sentence. If you look at Texas Penal Code on, let's see, what was the original charge? It was assault with deadly weapon.
And listening to that description, he is guilty of that.
If he was found guilty of that, the maximum would be, it was a second-degree felony, would be up to a year in county jail and or a fine of $4,000, 2 to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000, or 5 to 99 years in prison and up to a fine of $10,000, depending on the level of the offense.
Okay, so what's happening right now? Judge Boyd is thinking about it?
She's allowing them to confer. So the prosecutors will ask for a sentence. They say, in this case, we think it would be appropriate to, well, they just barely told the jury, we think it's appropriate to hit him with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So it's most likely that they will lean towards the heavier side of the sentence, which would be the 1 year in prison, $4,000 fine. Defense, on the other hand, may come back and say, look, the jury, they looked at this and said it wasn't what the prosecutors said.
First time offense?
I believe there's nothing in the record that I've heard from what we've heard that there was anything prior that would be weighed into the balance here. Ayden
says this better not be a prison case. You would know better than me, but I thought anything under a year is not prison; it's just jail.
Yeah, but either way, this is literally shooting a BB gun and not hitting someone, but somebody was downrange. Okay, this is like
This
every
is
day of my life.
stupid,
This is the charge. Every day of my life as a kid, this was what I did. So it seems a bit extreme, especially when you look at the BB gun. Although, someone who's been hit with a BB gun or lost an eye or known someone who's seriously damaged, been injured by one, says, yeah, it's a serious thing, and it is.
And a 3-year-old kid has less body to sort of spread the impact on.
But there was evidence brought in court that when he was confronted basically after shooting, he's like, "Oh, didn't see you there," type thing. So he was just shooting his BB gun.
Okay, but that falls squarely in Stupidville. Why are you shooting at a pool?
That's the deadly conduct. But the jury clearly found there was no intent. And where there's no intent, I have a really hard time with jail time.
Yeah.
Really hard time. Ivan has already posted in chat a couple times. He's not a fan of lesser includeds because...
Oh, Ivan, man, I'm with you.
A lesser included...
is cheating.
It's a compromise. You get somebody in there and they're like, guilty, 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 pitchforks, hang him, and then you get other jurors like, I'm leaning more not guilty. They're like, let's find the middle ground.
Yeah, like we're all doing somebody a favor.
No, not guilty to middle ground of guilty of lesser included is a huge change.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that.
I come at it more from a psychological point of view, and I think you have decision fatigue, and I don't know that there's a term for it, but fatigue in holding your ground when you have to say no, absolutely not on the very worst, and then no on the next one down, and no on the next one down, and you start feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm just the bad guy here, when really you're just saying not guilty. And so it will wear you out when you have 3 or 4 different options for guilty and only one option for not guilty. There's a psychological factor there to say, trying to meet in the middle, and also I'm trying to be reasonable, and how many times have we taken tests and we feel like the middle is the best, and all sorts of reasons.
Ivy Berlin, what's the fine for peeing in the pool in Texas? It's the same.
You get shot at with a BB gun.
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Ari. You beat me to it.
Were you going to say that?
I had some friends growing up who had a big sign that says, "Welcome to our ool." It's OOL. Notice there's no P in it. Please help us keep it that way. That's all it said. But then they also put that chemical in where if you did pee, the water would like turn pink around you.
Really?
That was a surprise.
Okay, wait.
How are they going to know? Oh, they'll know. They'll know.
Okay, so hang on. I'm reading Mickey's. Oh, nope, I'm not. Can you go back up to Mickey's headphones?
Yeah.
Yep, Mrs. Ari. It's also like, well, we don't think that he did the worst, but maybe he did something wrong, so he needs punished. Yeah, absolutely. And as a parent, this is something that I fight against all the time. There's so much fatigue, and when you're trying to help people work through their problems and develop the maturity to be able to not fight all the time, it can be easy to just hand down a punishment and be like, all of you go to your rooms, when really each case deserves to be seen on its own merits, and I feel like you're getting several cases at once when you have lesser included.
Michael Scott's here. Oh wait, that's not Michael Scott. That's what he looked like. The guy from The Office. I'm like, there's a celebrity in the courtroom. It's not him. We don't swim in your toilet. Please don't pee in our pool. Yes.
And thank you for not swimming in our toilets.
Let's see. You had the OOL sign too. Did you live over by Orchard Drive?
Oh,
no,
that's funny.
It might have been your pool. I'm just saying.
Okay, I can't read it. Okay, Mrs. Ari, how would you feel something?
If it was you and your littles in the pool.
Bugged.
Yeah.
I'd be straight up bugged, but I don't think I'd sue him. I'd be like, you idiot, stop being stupid. No cookies for you. Yeah. Because nobody got hurt. I think it might be a different scenario if someone
and there
got
wasn't
hurt.
any sign of intent. Like
that doesn't weigh with me nearly as much. I'm like, well,
if you found out that he was like aiming for your kids but missed, that would be one thing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But if he was just shooting at the pool and didn't see them there, which is what his testimony was, I think I'd feel differently.
And frankly, I don't know how I'd feel about this or any other case, because I think I have a good grasp on how I would handle a situation. I get put in this situation. Turns out I have no idea who I am. I just do things that I didn't expect I would do. So
Angry Mrs. R.A. comes out and boom. Next thing you know, we've got decapitations.
And I'm like, sorry, guys. I thought it wouldn't bother me.
It did. It did. Ivan says if someone shot a BB gun at my kids, I'd be the one arrested. I think I know where you're going with that one.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess because my kids played airsoft with other kids in the neighborhood so much that I feel like, oh.
Our house was an airsoft battle.
It really
Like,
was.
You'd walk around the yard and there's just airsoft pellets, little plastic BBs everywhere. And, you'd open the door, you're going out to the store, you're like, ceasefire, just need to get to the car, ceasefire.
There was like a rule. I'm like, you don't shoot the mom.
Yeah.
But that was it.
But, I mean, there was a time when we had, 10 neighborhood kids all lugging these.
I know. And
they're not toy
I'm kind of
guns.
embarrassed by it because I don't want to raise a generation of people who do that. But by the same token, I'm like, they're playing. Nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah, these kids could be on the street with real guns, but instead we gave them fake ones.
And trained them.
This is better.
Yeah, red pen. Not only is it our one rule, it's like ironclad and applies to every aspect. You don't shoot me with those little Nerf guns. You don't shoot me with anything. If you guys are having a pillow fight, one better not hit me. And so the kids just hide behind me. And that's like, it's like, what do they say? Safe or timeout? I don't remember. Where they're like, I'm on base. Oh, that's what it is. I'm on base. I'm always base. They'll like hide behind me. I'm on base. I'm hiding behind mom.
You're a shield.
Yeah. Yes, I'm a human shield.
This is an interesting case. The defendant here, after the jury comes back, finds him guilty of 2 charges, lesser included of deadly conduct, deviates from the norm, tells the judge, you can excuse the jury. I'd like to be sentenced directly by you. The judge says, okay, we could do that tomorrow. They say, no, now is fine. We'll waive any requirement for a PSI or anything. I trust you.
Okay, so I have to wonder, what's he thinking? Is he thinking she's going to waive everything and say, never mind? Is he thinking, oh, well, I can do a year? Is he thinking, I don't have to wrap presents? Like, what is he thinking?
I'm thinking, I've been respectable. I haven't said anything to the judge to make her mad at me. She doesn't like my attorney, but that's fine. She won't hold that against me. I've dressed appropriately for court, and I'm going to roll the dice here.
And he feels like he doesn't want to roll the dice with the jury because they found him guilty of something?
Yeah. They've agreed that he's guilty of something. But I think it's a smart move by the lawyer.
Why?
Because the judge hands out probation anytime she thinks it will be good for the defendant. Hands out probation, says this is somebody who can change. This happened 2 years ago. There's been nothing between now and 2 years on this guy's record. We've got testimony that has changed his life. He's done, he's doing this better. Does that guy not look like Michael Scott?
Playing the judge instead of playing the cards. That was a terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's a smart move. I think the lawyer did a really good job.
Do you think it was the lawyer's call? Because I don't think
I think it was the lawyer's recommendation,
knows.
for sure. I think the lawyer's recommendation defense. How's that standing desk working?
It's working. I had to stand up, guys. I've just been sitting
for the first time
long.
ever.
Plus, he's a snappy dresser.
He's been respectful in court. He's. I think he's making a good choice here.
Okay, but say that she says he does need to go to jail, even if it's for like a week. Did this guy bring? I don't know. Did you pay your power bill? I mean, what are you gonna do?
Oh, let's see. They might be ready here. Let's see if the judge comes back. Hang on. Waiting for audio to return.
Do you have information on what treatment he's receiving in that or what he's doing?
Yeah, judge is asking about.
Okay. All right.
Judge is asking about the treatment programs he's in that he's trying to better his life. I think he did have some sort of addiction that he's.
All right, he'll be down here. Then we'll take up sentencing.
He's fighting. Somebody's coming down, and we're going to sentencing. Wow, it's fast. Defendant is a veteran.
What? Who's coming down?
I don't know. Maybe somebody from the state that would handle that. Community service, maybe parenting classes. She likes to hand out parenting classes.
Does he have kids?
Sure. Ms. Ferguson will give you an email address.
One teacher, one student, plus suspect. Oh my goodness. I heard it was 5 total, with 12 injured.
Oh, this is right before Christmas. I mean, it's never good.
Yeah. Hunter safety class. That would be funny, but I don't think she's going to order that. Let's see. Deadly conduct. Is that's a misdemeanor, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it's a Class A misdemeanor. So he might not be able to have firearms for the duration of his
has the state seen it?
probation.
Okay.
But
do you guys have any objection to? Okay.
It's also an email. Planning to go to Ukraine.
Getting Crafter.
Well, let's not do that.
Sad news today. Definitely sad
Okay.
news. We've heard that. Sad news all around. They said 5, but it was an erroneous update from what I heard. Well, it is better, but still, there are 3 families that are devastated.
Yeah. I can't even wrap my mind around their experience right now.
Had a SWAT team show up at my house. My grandson and my adult son were shooting foam bullets at night in my yard. Foam bullets, we're talking Nerf guns. Neighbors didn't know they weren't real guns, and they thought there was a robbery going on. Yeah. I would say that I'm okay with the charges, with what they found him guilty for.
Same thing that I feel with most things is that the punishment is not in connection with the charge. He is guilty based on that description. A year?
I think prosecutors should stop trying to shoot the moon with
Yeah.
what could he fit this violation into? What's the worst possible thing we can prosecute, and then go down from there. No in-home caregiver. Yeah, can't work as that. Which one is in trouble? The man in the blue suit, just above the word "is" right here, straight up from that. That's the defendant. He's charged with shooting a BB gun into a pool. There were 2 people in the pool, father and son. The son was 3 years old. The father was a police officer. He said he was so scared he was getting shot at, he reached for his duty belt.
Okay.
Who would you like?
He also said the splashes of water were throwing water from the bullets slamming the water were throwing water high above his head. And I wonder if he was floating with just his nose above water, because that's the only thing physically that would be possible with a BB gun.
There's a lot that's been happening since Odyssey, with scanning everything in.
Jenny, Legal Vices passed away over the weekend from a heart condition.
I wonder if we should have a banner or a pinned comment.
It's pinned on the top. Yeah. From Dana Loves Zumba. Thanks for sharing this, Dana. We pinned your comment. Okay, we are just moments away from what we anticipate will be sentencing in this case, which reached a verdict after about 2 hours of deliberation, 2 to 3 hours of deliberation by the jury. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, multiple counts for firing a BB gun at a pool, hitting the water, missing the people. Jury came back with 2 counts of deadly conduct. And the defendant immediately asked for the jury to be dismissed,
Cindy,
and the judge.
they're
to do
probably going to
sentencing.
need it now because they're going to do some closing arguments for me.
Yes, we need the mic, Cindy. Please mic them up.
Yes. They've been released. You may want to grab them further back.
No, this is a misdemeanor. It went from a felony to a misdemeanor.
Hi.
So I think they
Hi,
went
I'm
with
doing
the
okay.
least included.
So this is Christopher Morrison. I think they may have stepped out. But he's one that you all had interviewed for Veterans Treatment Court, but he's from Indiana.
Veteran Court. BB gun.
Yes. So
It
what
says
is
pool.
happening is
Yes, pool.
he's been found guilty of deadly conduct. Both
Be
sides have
surprised.
agreed. Probation. So I need to craft some things.
Probation.
But he's in Indiana. Do you have any outreach sources in Indiana?
So, I would say when I was initially first approached about this from the transparent,
Yes.
I kind of was trying to figure out how many people that were willing to take a call
Okay.
to see what they have out there.
All right. If you could still do that.
You can't, you know, the Jackson County.
Oh, they are out there. We're gonna go grab them. Could you see if the attorney and his client are out there or if they're out front?
So this gentleman is from Veterans Court. That's why he's there in camouflage. If you have not watched Veterans Court, it is amazing. It is incredible. It is
All
what
right,
I think
thank you.
regular courts should be.
Okay, wait. Why is wearing camo? Why is he wearing camo?
People who have served in the armed forces and are struggling with issues when they get back, I think are able to relate a little better to somebody.
Oh,
in
it's
that
like dressing
situation.
down.
Yeah.
I have
But at the
Christopher
same
Morrison.
time, it's
Oh,
respectful.
yes.
I
All
think
right, they're here.
I think Veterans Court is what, well, Veterans Court and Drug Court is what main court should be. There's a level of consideration that is afforded to the client, and there's a informality about it that I love. That is just, it's laid back, it's slower, it doesn't have the blow ups and the arguments back and forth, because there's a lot of respect back and forth.
So is it that their primary orientation is how can we help you rather than how can we convict you? I've never watched it.
You'll have to watch it.
You didn't hear my question, did you?
Say it again.
Is one of the differences that they are looking at the defendant as somebody to be helped rather somebody than to be convicted?
Yes,
Okay.
I would say yes, both in drug court and in Veterans Court. Obviously there are different resources available. Drug court, they have treatment plans and things where a traditional, a criminal court just has the jail. And once you're in jail, you can sort of sign up and hope you get treatment.
Right.
But
And see if they mix them
I
in.
have
love
thoughts
that
on that.
they're actually trying to help the person who committed not just
they
avoid
did.
punishment, but
It's been a Monday, has it not?
balance punishment with help.
Yeah.
You are.
Well, that's what our criminal justice system
You're
was
welcome.
originally.
Make sure
it
that's
was
all
to
of that.
make the person whole who had been hurt, and then to reclaim the person who did the hurting. And somewhere along the way, it has changed.
Witness sentencing in just a moment. We're waiting right now. They're discussing things. It sounds like both prosecution and defense both agree that this is a probation case, where the sentence will not be incarceration. The judge right now is just formulating, after talking a little bit with the Veterans Court representative, because the defendant is not in Texas. He's an Indiana resident.
Shannon,
He's here to face charges,
did
but
you
he's moved on to
complete a
Indiana.
trial court certification? All right, if you could do the trial court certification.
She's going to structure the terms of that probation, keeping in mind that he will be in another state. Veterans Court determine the percentage of your disability mentally and physically and what help they can give you as a veteran.
Oh, interesting.
The point is they try to help. And even drug court, they're trying to help the person.
Yeah.
There is still punishment. There is a punishment element that's present.
Which is actually a part of the help if it's done with the intention of helping. That there is a restitution aspect of correcting your behavior, but it shouldn't be the only aspect.
I think I mentioned this on the podcast with Peter.
All right, thank you.
I feel that the criminal justice system in the United States throws people away too easily, right?
Yeah.
That we just lock them up.
For so long.
Yeah. And if it worked, if just locking somebody up for 10 years fixed the problem, maybe I could I would side more with that. But just locking someone up and perpetuating the problem or postponing it,
or
and then-
exacerbating it.
yeah, and then letting them out, and having it just rinse, wash, repeat. I think there needs
Your
to be a
client will
different
need to put his mailing address down.
It's also hard because we watch the very vilest of court cases, and so that's where the
Robert,
big
are you ready to
punishment
proceed on
actually
your
should
case?
be.
All right, Cindy, let me know when you're ready. All right, Marco, on this one, you only gave me the first amended. All right, Mr. Garcia Jr., if you'll come down. Court is calling 2023 CR 6937 State versus Oscar Adame Garcia Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? And are you Mr. Garcia? All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amended Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Oscar Adame Garcia Jr. who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 6937 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on August 24, 2023, for a term of 18 months? Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Judge. The state was to proceed on violation of condition 3 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Oscar Adame Garcia Jr., did then and there fail to submit to monthly drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or duly organized agent, authorized agent of the state for the monthly drug testing of May, June, July, August, September 2024.
They've been using different microphones, and the normal microphones are turned off right now.
All right, it's 39? Okay. So to that, how do you plead? True or not true? State?
September 2024 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Oscar Adame Garcia Jr., failed to complete the medical screening for status in violation of condition for court.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? State? Any objections? All right, did you understand by pleading true to violations 39 and 40, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility, and there's no fine. Did you understand I could sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility?
No fine. What charge has no fine? She was surprised by that.
On the plea bargain agreement, they have his underlying sentence as 1 year. Yeah. So no, this, I don't understand this writing. I think it says 1 year probated for 18 months.
Beautiful messy ball. I just read that. Guess Tucker was sentenced to time served.
Sure.
Took a plea deal.
You're welcome.
He pled to one charge. The other charges were dropped. So there will be no
Oh, sir, you can have a seat.
treehouse murder retrial.
Are you all ready on Morrison?
No worries. No worries. You're good. We heard that a deal was in the works. It sounded like the sentence just came through, or maybe it was just a recap.
If you can just forward it to me. Saving trees.
Save the trees.
All right, y'all ready to? All right, if you come back, please. All right, we're back on the record in Oscar Dami Garcia Jr. in 2023, CR 6937. Did you understand by pleading true to violations 39 and 40, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility?
Violations 39
Knowing that, do you
and
still wish
40?
to plead true to violations 39 and 40?
There are
Court will
40
find violations of
violations?
39 and 40 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
That state will be taking into consideration.
Can't hear the state.
2024, yes, for more than 2 years.
They're asking for conditions.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right. The court will grant the motion. The court will revoke, sentence you to 15 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration 2024 PF 21201, and I'll request the therapeutic community. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
When I was in high school, I dated a couple girls who were in color guard and band. At the same time. They weren't in band and color guard at the same time. I was dating a couple girls at the same time.
All right. The question for whether or not the court would consider giving that to him is going to be, did he successfully complete it or not? And I'll need some documentation for that. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. All right, Mr. Garcia, I requested the therapeutic community for you. It does not increase the time that you serve, but it can perhaps help you with any drug or alcohol issues you may have. I can't force them to place you in the program, but your sentence is for the 15 months. So for example, if you've done your 15 months and you're ready to be released, they're not allowed to say, oh, you haven't completed the therapeutic community, so we're going to keep you. If they decide to release you in 13 months, the therapeutic community is not going to hold you up from your release, but it's just there to help rehabilitate you. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. We might be ready for sentencing here on the BB gun trial. They do have that veterans advocate there.
And Mr. Porter, if you get that information and bring it to the court will consider it. Okay.
Tammy says it worked for a person.
Well, you know,
who's
if
given
you call
community
directly to Lifetime Recovery, they may have some information.
She went right from court after for her sentence to her doctor, who was my hubby, and tried to get a letter to say she was unable to do community service. Wow. But maybe she would then get...
Just one moment. Let me review this. And you can remain seated.
You can hear better when you're seated.
Yes. Thank you.
This attorney, I think his name's Shannon.
And State, you've already received the documentation.
Yes.
All right. And I'm assuming nobody has any objection to my reviewing this before we go on the record. Okay.
I think we need more things like drug court. I don't know that they need to be a court, but more things whose intention and purpose is to help people recover. And I'm not saying the government needs to get involved and fix everything. I'm just saying I think we would all benefit from changing focus from punishing to putting the focus on truly recovering. Okay, I don't know how to read your name there. No consequences, no change. You're right, and I'm not advocating that there be no. Oh, sorry.
Tom Taz.
I'm not advocating for no consequences at all. I'm saying that the current consequences are so punitive in nature that they're going to have the opposite effect. That I can't remember the time in history when they made the punishment so it was death. Punishment, first offense for stealing, for lying, for jaywalking, death. And
was that Hammurabi's code?
It could have been
There were
Hammurabi.
Like 28 different things you could do that could.
I don't think it was Hammurabi, but Hammurabi was also
sleeping with
so
your
before we go on the
neighbor's
record,
wife.
any information you have for the court,
that one.
Herman.
But anyway, the point is that. Sorry, I can't hear them. I don't know if I'm talking over them.
You are.
Looking into and speaking with the veteran as they're out working there in Indiana, there's a couple different options.
Thank you, sir.
That pop up. Nothing is really kind of say like here, very kind of centralized where we live on the south side, stuff like that. I can continue with phone calls. There is a veteran service office right next to where he lives.
Okay.
So where that's probably your best bet. I don't know exactly if I'm reaching information today.
Mhm.
However, we can make some calls. I can provide information to them as well.
Sounds like there's not the structure for veterans in Indiana that they have in Bexar County.
Mhm.
However, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're currently up and running.
Mhm.
But I'll continue to look to see what options are available.
Judge Boyd doesn't want to sentence him to a set of conditions that he can't keep in Indiana. So she wants to see what's available and sentence him to that.
South side of Indiana.
Mhm.
Owensburg, we're going to VA.
Okay.
Might help with that.
Okay.
We can look at a couple different options that are there. I just don't have anything today that I can tell you that there's a effective program. The other problem we're going to run into is I'm seeing a lot of misdemeanor opportunities. I'm not necessarily positive about the felony opportunities there.
Okay.
And if there is a misdemeanor, I do know like now there's some misdemeanor. They always kind of know where to send.
They're looking for felony
Okay.
opportunities?
Send it to us, but
I thought this was a misdemeanor.
they kind of direct us.
Okay.
The judge has a really good
No,
drug
no, no,
court.
no.
She has blonde hair. It's long and straight.
So here's my
She's
question
really
then,
nice.
because I don't want to set him up for failure.
Can't remember her name.
And all parties, I think, are in agreement that this is probation. So then what we can do, are you able to Zoom?
Yes, ma'am. I can get through my internet.
All right, so then if there are no objections, he's already signed. Could I have back the trial court certification? Yes. All right. If there are no objections, this is what I suggest, because I want to make sure that he has the services that he needs. So we can come back by Zoom, and we can come back on the week of January 13th. Does that give everybody enough time? All right. So Norma, can you give them a date, the week of January 13th, and the defendant is allowed to appear by Zoom? But it can only be the 13th, the 14th, or the 16th.
Not the 15th.
All right, 13th? All right, so we'll come back on January 13th for sentencing.
Are we need to do fingerprints or anything?
Yes, we'll probably need to do fingerprints. All right, he'll need to provide a fingerprint before he leaves. Everything else I can think they can do by Zoom. I know. Yeah. All right, so if he'll remain, they're going to take his fingerprint for a document. Yes.
I can't tell. Is she done?
No, she's still talking.
Yeah.
They're
Then we'll be back tomorrow at 9. Thank you so much for coming down. Yes, thank you.
okay. So she's done. She's not going to sentence tonight. The reason being the Veterans Affairs guy is still making calls to find out what's available in Indiana, and she doesn't want to just say, okay, you're on probation, just don't commit any crimes. She wants to provide something that says, okay, you've had this problem. I'd like you to have this treatment that will make you better during this time and complete it during the probation. So she's going to find out some more of what's available and offer that.
Which is good. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm not sure what she said, and I'm sure you're all thinking about what she said instead of what I said last, but I couldn't hear her, so I'm still thinking about what I said last, which was that a long time ago, there was a government that had first-time offense death penalty for everything. And what happened was, as people went to court, the juries, who were their peers, said, we know that you are guilty of whatever it is that you are being charged with, but we know as well that this punishment is so severe that we're going to not find you guilty. It's not fair to kill people for every little infraction that they make. And as a result, everybody knew that you could do anything you wanted because you were never going to be found guilty for it. So this idea that, well, if we're just really, really tough on crime, that'll fix it. It actually has the reverse effect, that if you get so tough on crime, you create an unprincipled approach to justice that people naturally revolt against, that they feel like, I cannot convict somebody because I know that the punishment is too egregious, and therefore they don't convict, and so there's no justice. So it actually works much, much, much better if the punishment fits the crime. And my take on this personally is that very few punishments are fitting the crimes today. They're so big. They're too big. The punishments are just too big. And as a result, right now, people are still convicting, still trying to fix it by just being really firm. But if you keep walking down this path, it goes the opposite direction. It will backlash.
Judge Middleton might be wrapping up his stream and see if he has any parting thoughts for us. He sometimes he talks to himself, which is really talking to us. But his courtroom's empty. He's had a hard day of work. I think he was doing mostly landlord-tenant stuff today. Ponytail's looking sharp. One thing I like about this judge is he knows.
All right, Mr. Trevor
everybody in
William
town.
Hewitt, would you come forward, please?
Nursery dog mom. I
We
actually
don't
wrote
have
a
the
paper on
public
this. I was in
defender
high school
here
in the
or
90s.
any other
And
counsel.
even back then, as a high school
We'll go
student,
right to the
I
podium there,
recognized
so
that
it'll be
something's
on the
wrong
camera.
with the justice system. Oh, is he talking?
Mrs. Ari can't hear the judge. Sorry.
This is file number 242191. Trevor William Eugene Hewitt. That's you, sir?
Yes.
Of course, I know you, but I need to identify you. It's alleged that you assaulted Aaron Gallant Roberts in the village of Constantine on November 1st, and that you did enter on the lands of the River Trade Brewery Company without lawful authority after having been forbidden to do so by Andrew Hall. So the first case is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days and a fine of up to $500. Second case is a trespass, 30 days and or $250. You indicated that a state trooper stopped by and told you, hey, there's a warrant for your arrest. Go turn yourself in at the court.
No, it was Drew Hall, the guy that you just mentioned, Officer Drew Hall.
Okay.
He called me last night.
Told you to come up to the court?
Yeah. He said, handle it this way would be best.
Yeah. Is he flipping a knife? Does he have a knife?
Well, apparently there was no actual battery, just an assault. It's on
Did you see
camera.
that? Assault on
All
camera.
right, well, we're open
It
from
sounds like a
8,
knife.
not 8:10 or 8:01 till 5, not 4:50 or 4:59. So I'm here. I'm going to show the defendant is here.
the way his hand is open holding that, I think that can't just be a pen. Maybe it is. Could be a pen.
There is no actual contact alleged here.
Car keys.
And so it isn't alleged that you struck anyone.
No. I showed a lot of restraint.
All right.
I showed a lot of restraint. I just trespassed.
The guy had been harassing.
Don't say anything more about it.
Judge, don't talk. Everything you say will
All
be
right,
used
I'm going to
against
show
you.
you're pleading not guilty. I'm going to set an attorney pretrial for January 17th. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to set the bond at $250 PR. You are not to go to River Trade Brewery.
Stupid. She works there, man.
Who? Well, for now, they don't want you there, so you've been trespassed.
Yeah, no. No. Stupid.
Stupid. No. Don't see your girlfriend at work.
Or have any contact with Aaron Gallant Roberts.
No, he runs from me. She recently tried to get a PPO on him, and it got denied by Tomlinson. Still got a
PPO against her boss?
Against Aaron.
Who's he?
This is a kid who was fascinated by her.
All right, well, I don't know anything about that, but
this is a kid that I allegedly assaulted.
all right, well, stay away from him.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need more problems with this, and you can't go in River Trade Brewery until this is resolved.
It sucks.
No weapons, no assault.
Sucks anyway.
That bar sucks anyways.
All right, I don't need any more help.
Did he just whisper that?
Here's your
So you're gonna need to sign a PR bond
here's
form.
your Yelp review.
You need to get fingerprinted.
That bar sucks.
They'll give you a notice for that pretrial. So we'll give you your attorney's name and number, call the attorney, make an appointment. This doesn't seem like the crime of the century, but apparently, well, I don't know any more about it. I guess I told you as much as I know.
He can tell you. What do you want to know? He's in a talkative mood today.
I guess they're trying to avoid you getting arrested, lodged in the jail, arraigned, all that stuff. That's the kind of thing we did during COVID. All right, the officer's gonna take you out there. You can sign this bond form, get fingerprinted, sign the PR bond form, get your attorney paperwork, and we're all gonna rush to do this by 5 o'clock.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. You're good to go. All right, thank you.
There you have it.
You get all kinds. Judge Middleton's seen them all. And he knows them all by name and their parents.
All right.
Is he talking to us now?
Today was a long day with a lot of difficult, small problems.
Is he talking to
Without
us?
Yeah, he's talking to
always apparent solutions. That's why we're here. We try to find solutions to big problems and small ones. Sometimes it's easier than other times. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with a full arraignment docket, pre-exam conferences, and treatment court, and a lunchtime meeting. So everybody have a good evening wherever you are.
There we go. So, judge signs us out for the day. Today was a long day with a lot of little hard problems with not apparent solutions. Yeah. The judge does a little soliloquy at the beginning and the end of the day. Love him for that. The bar sucks anyway. Stupid bar. It's just my girlfriend's job, that's all. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'll check mod chat before we wrap things up, just in case I miss something urgent. I missed a super chat. Oh, no. I was busy watching Judge. Sloth Life gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Kayla Newell said IOP would be great for him in Indiana. There you go. I think he's going to get it. We love having Mrs. R.A. on. Thank you. I do as well. More Mrs. R.A., please. We will do that. This new desk will help. Tomorrow's another day. It will. Everyone, sleep well tonight. No Runkle stream this evening. Bummer. Wanted to give him a hard time about his Canadian Post not accepting mail, so I still can't get him the package I'm trying to get up to him. My post office won't even take it because they won't take it at the border. And nobody wants to just hold a bunch of mail. So maybe tomorrow the strike will end. We'll see. Advice: don't ask Siri how to say anything. Ever. Sinbad, sounds good. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. That's the right time for that. Do it with friends, though. Have somebody around to give you a hug. So, tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone. Make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning, bright and early. We'll see you guys. Have a good one.
Because he's the guy.
Happy birthday. You look good.